Hello, I'm Sarah, and it's time for another Top 5 Wednesday. Today's top 5 are book series that should have more books. When that series ends and you just go, I want more. First off is a series that is actually kind of still going, but the author has announced that this next book that comes out towards the end of this year, I think in November, it's the last book of the series. And that is the Sword of Truth, or Richard and Kaylin series by Terry Goodkind. This series follows Richard, who has become the Seeker of Truth and uses an empowered sword that enables him to seek out the truth in what others say, using kind of combining that with his inner abilities. And Kaylin, who is the mother confessor, because she is the last confessor, and what a confessor does is if she basically touches you and unleashes her power on you, you basically want to do anything to please her, including tell her the truth that you may have just killed someone, but you do it because you want to please her. But these two fall in love and go on some pretty interesting adventures trying to save their empire. And right now I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen in this final book, but even if it's wrapped up nice and tight in a little bow and they live happily ever after, I don't think I will be satisfied. Next, I also have Women of the Underworld by Kelly Armstrong. This is pretty much the only series I've really read of Kelly Armstrong, but love the characters so much that I would love to go on more adventures with them, honestly. Who wouldn't want to hang out with werewolves, vampires, witches, and all kinds of other creatures? Next, I have the Night Angel series, or trilogy, by Brent Weeks. This series follows a street rat become assassin as he assassinates those who are trying to basically corrupt the empire, I guess would be the best way of putting it. And this is another story where you fall in love with the characters and want to follow them further, especially how the last book ended. It leaves it kind of interesting, to say the least. The last two series I have on this list are actually series that are still going, but even where the series are right now, you just want more, and like the authors can't write them fast enough. First of these final two is The League by Sherilyn Kenyon. These books, they really get down to the nitty and gritty of what family and relationships and love really is, and they just have this way of pulling you in and making you go, wow. Rounding out this top 5, I have In Death by J.D. Robb, or Nora Roberts, but she's writing under J.D. Robb. And this series follows Lieutenant Eve Dallas of the NYPSD as she basically puts away murderers, and she often, actually always, relies on a little help from her husband Rourke, a multi-gazillionaire. And as she often teases, he owns pretty much all of New York and a few planets. You know, no big deal. And he's also a former criminal. He used to hack and do robberies. And So he's really good at his computer skills and B&E. And their relationship is interesting to say the least. Officer, former criminal, together, married, couple. They both have secrets of the past and they both love each other very much, as is often portrayed. And their friends and coworkers are just as great of characters as the main two, and I just can never seem to wait for the next book to come out. So those are my top 5 series that I think should have more books. Let me know what some series are that you think should have more books in the comments down below. And I will see you next time with another video. TTFN!